So hello and welcome everybody to a new Edukwest. As always, we're on the search for better education. I am happy to introduce you Christophe Ferrandou. He is the founder and CEO of goFLUENT.com. They are the European leader in custom English live lessons and especially for corporate English lessons. However, I would say reducing your activities to the European market doesn't represent the company fully, so as you're basically operating worldwide. So first, Christophe, let's go a little bit into the statistics maybe. I think I have read currently the company has about 700 employees, 450 of whom are teachers or trainers. And let our Eduquest viewers know a little bit more about what goFLUENT is.
We have 450 trainers, mainly in North America, USA, Canada, and in the Philippines, teaching English over telephone, Skype, and this training is fully integrated into also an e-learning platform. It is, and again, as you said, very corporate oriented. We are a B2B company. We mainly work with corporations. We are already operating in 6 of the largest European countries. And for now almost a year, we have expanded our business into Asia and Japan specifically, where we start to offer corporate English training to Japanese companies.
What were you looking for in learning or improving your personal English or learning experience as a second language that you neither found in one of the existing language, let's say briefly, institutions, or with an individual teacher back in the days that then told you as an entrepreneur, it's a market for me and I think I can grow something big and sustainable and make a business out of that?
Yes, this is exactly how it started. About 10 years ago, I was at that time working in a bank in New York City, so nothing very fancy. And at that time when I was working in New York City, my English was not that great, and I was looking for a solution to improve my English. But what you said earlier is very important, something custom-made, something for me, based on my needs, based on my job, on my requirements. And everything I could find at that time in New York was either very extremely structured English classes using a book where you cannot decide what you want to study, you have to go through the book, and I had very specific needs, or pure e-learning. And pure e-learning for me was not enough because I, of course, needed to practice and to speak with a teacher and to really have real English conversation, structured conversation. So I was facing a situation where I could not find what I was looking for. And so I thought, if I cannot find it, maybe there are other people looking for it, and maybe there is a business opportunity there. And so that's how it started. I think we one of the reasons of our success is that we were at the right time on the right market. But right time means not too early, neither too late. But it was still a market not fully open to this type of teaching, learning. So clearly it took some time for the company to grow, especially since we are targeting the B2B market, the corporation. The main reasons to choose goFLUENT type of learning over traditional face-to-face classes are flexibility. You can take your lesson almost anytime, anywhere, early in the morning, middle of the day, when you travel at home, at the office. So flexibility was a big part of it. Second is the capacity for you to have any teacher you want So if you're not happy with the way the teacher is working with you, you can switch to another teacher. And the third, although you are supposed to always stay with the same teacher, so it's really you build a relationship with your teacher. And the third one that is quite important as well and related to flexibility is you can just go on the website and schedule the lesson almost at the last minute with your teacher, work online, exchange documents, and so on and so on. So that is the service is just making sense. And within the past 10 years, what we have built is a system to make it as efficient and as reliable as possible. When I say efficient, I'm talking about the learning approach. You have your teacher who is going to call you either from North America or the Philippines, who knows everything you have done in the past lessons, who has a very good record of the mistakes you have made, the documents on which you have worked, the exercises you have made, what is your learning approach, where you are the most successful. It can really follow all your progress during your training. And then we integrate a very deep and strong learning materials into that, our e-learning portal, where a teacher during the lesson will be able to pick the right resource for you, the right grammar exercise, the right vocabulary list, the right article, so that he's going to build for you, with you, the perfect learning path. About 2 years ago, we made the decision that we are not, as a training company, capable to produce content the same way as TV channels would do, or Hollywood studios would do, or big video game companies. So we have decided to acquire content, to buy content, videos, articles that we can improve, enhance, and put that and integrate that into a learning path for the learners. And the fact that we acquire this external content, it allows us to always be able to provide to the learners a very interesting and adapted, individualized content. And when you combine all that together with the good trainers, with the good content and the good system to organize everything and to make sure that you progress, you have quite a successful training program. Group classes in the corporate world is maybe one of the most inefficient training investments for English training. The amount of money spent on organizing the classes, putting the people together at the same time with the teacher in the classroom, with an average no-show of learners that is 50%, it is just a big waste of money. But it continues to exist because it's cheaper than one-on-one, face-to-face. But this is something that will change because it doesn't work today. But the value of doing it remotely is still not high enough for a big switch to a big and large switch to happen.
So if somebody comes on goFLUENT, on the platform, on the site, how does the system actually work, if you would like to give us at least some insights today?
The system we have designed that we are the most proud of, I would say, is the system used by our trainers to deliver the lessons and when they take care of their learners. This is a very complex system, but simple to use for the trainers, that really allow them to build the learning path, the training path for the learner. The sequencing of resources, homework, building up the curriculum to reach the goals that are defined initially by the learner and the trainer together. So although although this is fully tailor-made, custom-made to what the learner needs to do or to achieve at the end of the training, then how we achieve it and how we build the program is not is very structured. thanks to this system that we have put in place. We know what the learner has done, and what he's going to do in the next lessons, what he needs to improve, and so on. So this is a very structured approach. And when it's about e-learning, when it's combined with a teacher, a live teacher, this is very easy for us to integrate both together and to build this learning path as well. Then when it's just e-learning because the company do not want to use our live trainers, for budget reasons or learning strategy, then the system will adapt to the learners to provide the right content at the right time as well, so that so every learner has a different system, and this ability for the system to adapt and to individualize the learning path is quite important as well. We are starting to offer English training lessons for children in France to see how things go, but maybe that's a consumer market where we will want to invest. You have in the world 1 billion people who are learning English all over the world. And in front of those 1 billion students, you have thousands, hundreds of thousands of teachers. In the past, you had no choice. You had to find a teacher locally. Today, and even more tomorrow, you will connect with your teacher remotely. Why? Because it is easier to find a teacher, English-speaking teacher in the US, in Canada, than it is to find it in Moscow, Milan, or Paris, or Shanghai. So the switch is has started and is growing, and the shift is faster and faster. So if you connect 1 billion people remotely with hundreds of thousands of teachers, and you want the learning experience to be good in between, with good video, good content, sharing of information, then you need a good backbone for the voice, data, and application sharing. And telecom companies are providing this backbone. So the move of NTT investing in goFLUENT and then investing in English Central is making a lot of sense. And so maybe we can try to think, why would it be a Japanese telco would be the first one to make this move? I think for Japan, English is a very important challenge today. The Japanese companies are investing more and more aggressively abroad, acquiring more and more companies. So they have a big need for English training.
Maybe some of the teachers or online educators will be watching, but I'm sure also many viewers from the corporate world, company owners. How can they connect with you?
They can go, of course, on our website, www.gofluent.com. And then they have our phone numbers in all the countries where we are. We are operating in 10 different countries. And of course, they can send me directly an email. I'll be happy to answer every email. My email is C as in Christophe, and Ferrandou, my last name available on the website, cferrandou@gofluent.com.
However, in addition to that, you are also active on social media, so I can tell you that goFLUENT have, of course, a Facebook page, and on Twitter they are at goFLUENT as well.
Yes, thank you. You are right. This is very important.
We shouldn't forget about that.
Yes, of course.
So thank you, Christophe, very much for doing this interview and for being open with myself and our viewers, and it was a pleasure talking to you today.
Thank you so much. This was my pleasure, and I'm a big fan of your website and what you are doing for our market, a very big fan. So thank you for everything you do for our market.
Thank you so much.